What's up and welcome to Young Titan World. If I didn't say it again, I reiterate. Hey guys, what's up and welcome to Young Titan World. Now I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If that's not what's going on, I do apologize. And I hope your days get ever so better. Now today I want us to talk about one particular movie, and one particular movie alone. And that would be Nimona. Now I'm going to go silent for 5 seconds. 1 minute, 5 minutes, 2 minutes tops, because I gotta buy a bag of chips. So time starts now.
وناخذ شوف اخرى 7 سبوع بالماء مش كاين شو ها ديري شحال خلاص 14 هذا واحد
And I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. That was a piece of silence that was not necessary, but I'm back and that's all that matters. Yes, as I said before, we are going to be talking about Nimona. Nimona has turned into my absolute favorite. If I was a 10-year-old, I'd definitely smash. Wait, what? Okay. Now, technically, Nimona is quite older than what she looks like in the cartoon. And so it's basically, it's okay. It's okay. She's 1,000 years old, 200 years old. Who cares? She's hot as hell. And that look is absolutely gorgeous. The red, pinkish red is totally captivating. Now, we're not here to simp over her. We're here to talk about the movie, so let's get right into it. So, it's a pretty simple story about a knight who comes from, I don't know, it's, just like urban villages kind of vibe. He comes from nothing. He comes from the Bronx, while everyone else is New Yorkers, and every one of them New Yorkers are cool-ass knights. Wait, how am I telling this story again? Now, it's basically, person who's not worthy to wield the sword is actually given the opportunity to by the queen. Now, not everyone who sees that is of the idea that it's a good thing. So they try to retaliate. And the best way they try to do that is use his sword as a means to kill the queen, which is really weird. It's like they knew what was going to happen, so they decided to make it that way. Actually, the moment you get a sword, you get to use it that way. But as she's knighting him and trying to turn him into one of the knights that will protect him, to protect the land, the freaking sword goes off and it kills the queen. Now everybody thinks that he tried to murder the queen. I mean, he actually attempted. Wait, he didn't attempt. He actually succeeded. So they're all chasing after him because he killed the queen. But he didn't kill the queen because he was basically trying to be like every one of them knights. So we're just going through this story, trying to understand who, if not the guy who's been framed, is the real person who actually killed the queen. And it was the director the whole time. Spoiler, sorry, I should have said that before. But hey, man, I don't know. Maybe this is your first time here, so I'm sorry. But every time I talk about a movie, there's a most likely chance that I am going to give spoilers to it. So you better have watched it before you come and listen to what I have to say about it. Now we go through the story, and I'm just loving Nimona because she comes out of nowhere. She gives herself a purpose, and then she chases after the guy who probably doesn't want to have anyone chasing after him. The character that she has is really bold and really capable of chaos at her own terms, but she chooses to be latched onto someone in order to prove her worth and in order to not be seen as everyone as a threat or as very bad company. I feel like the story itself was very powerful and very moving. I cried a little bit or a lot. That doesn't matter, but it was really cool. Okay, because Nimona was always, like, throughout the story, we get to see her as this bold and incredibly vibrant person. And her story from the past is so dark. It's like you've wanted to be alongside people the whole time, so you change your attitude, you change your character, you change the person that you are most of the time, just so that you would fit in with everyone else and they would accept you. But what happens? It doesn't. Things don't work out that way. They shun you, they step away from you, they call you weird. I mean, in her case, or in the movie's case, they decide to, like, say she's a monster every single time. I know they could have gotten, like, 1,000 more synonyms, but they chose monster because they wanted to keep nailing it on the head. I mean, I kind of feel like it was repetitive and redundant, but the idea was that no matter how many times she warped into different things in order to belong, it didn't work. And then she actually found someone who didn't mind, but the people around that person and turned her against her. And so it became terrible. And I don't know. We don't talk about the origin of where Nimona comes from. Maybe if she gets a part 2, we will have such an opportunity to know where this mystic creature comes from. But as far as I can tell, she bears no ill will. She just wants to belong. Being the person who is supposed to survive around people who have no idea who she is, just trying so that you can belong with them. She did so much, but it didn't even matter. And I guess that's the saddest part about it. When the last person she decided to reach out to also decided that she was a monster, and then he was about to, like, pull out his knife just to face her, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is fucked up. I don't know, man. That was pretty sad for me, man. It was pretty sad to watch that. So it gets to the point where they've gone on their escapades. They have vibed with each other very well. They're having this amazing time. They are able to bring out the director as the person who frames him and tries to destroy everything. I don't know what drove the director to actually kill the queen, because, I mean, the idea was that she was going to cut him out of the picture. So wasn't there anything else she could have done instead of killing? I don't know. In my regards, what's his name again? Golden Loin should have been more pissed off at the director because the director was the reason why his mother was dead. But I don't know whether he has the rules shoved straight deep into his ass that he cannot do anything except tell the guards that they should need to reprimand her. It was just like his character wasn't exactly the chill kind. I mean, that we didn't get to see that because every single moment where that moment when he was with the director and he was talking with her and he was exploding with these thoughts, and none of these were real because it was all happening inside his head. So technically, he never gets the opportunity to just rage out. He always has to be a calm, collected one. And I feel like there are a lot of people like that in our world, those who are clinically insane, but they try to keep all of that murdersome and vicious temper on the inside. And it's cool like that. It's cool. It's kind of like how it makes it easier for you to hide all the pain that you're feeling or all the things that make you feel insecure. Because if some people are able to if they're able to see all of those things, it'll be easy for them to break you down. And sometimes you need to be stronger than that. It's kind of like that way. But then let's move back to Nimona. I love her smile, by the way. That sharp teeth and the grin. I don't know if it's just the claymation animation that makes the entire movie so beautiful, but I love it. Like, at first, I was a little bit icky about how claymation was. I do hope this is claymation, though. Because the visuals were just, like, stunning. And I hope it's claymation. But, whatever it was, the animation was fire, alright? From the way she was able to shape-shift so fluidly, from the way the characters inside were so perky and fun. I mean, Todd wasn't even part of the main cast, or he wasn't supposed to do anything big apart from being an asshole the whole time. But he actually stuck in my head too. I remember Todd. Todd was pretty cool. He was a bad guy, but he was pretty cool. I mean, he wasn't like a bad guy, but he was okay. But the entire thing really got me on an emotional level. When I was going to watch Nimona, or at least when I saw the trailer, in my mind, I was thinking, okay, there's a different angle to this, okay? This is all gonna be fun and humor, and it's animation, so there's no way they'll try and break my heart. But then I remembered all the times that I got to watch a Disney movie. And then I took back the words that I said, especially about Lion King. Anyways, we all know the feeling. Maybe you don't know how it feels like to want to fit in, but no matter what you do, it's not good enough. And it leaves you in this stall where you think that if no one wants me, then let's just spread carnage. And by that, you can just go on a rampage. It might be that you decide to just take up an addiction that really helps you to, cope with all the things that you don't fit into. It's not like she didn't even try. She did. That's the most painful part. There are some people in this world who don't even bother to try and fit in. It's like, hey man, I'm awkward and I'm not gonna fight for anyone's approval. There are a set of people who can do that. But there are those people out there, like me, that we know we're awkward. Or at least we don't want to believe we're awkward. And then we see the people around us and we're trying to fit in. We're trying to make the effort. Trying to put that pedal on the metal. Metal on the pedal. I don't know. Just like pedal to the metal. We try and go all out just to fit in with the people around us. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And then you just spiral into the darkness inside you. Well, not that dark. It's just that not everyone throws their tantrums the same way. For Nimona, she's turned into this ridiculously huge beast of darkness that had 6 eyes or whatever, and was moving towards something that would kill her. But some of us, that beast of darkness is something else. It could be eating, just shoving food into your mouth because it's the only way to keep the demons inside of your head from saying any more bullshit. Or alcohol, or drugs, or even suicide, which was her option too. She was gonna go to the place where her statue was and just shove that giant sword through her heart and be done with it, because she was tired of not being able to belong. That everyone around her had just abandoned her, and everyone around her thought that she was a freak and didn't even want to make an attempt to vibe with her. The same kind of feeling that Shrek also had. He said, they take one look at me and they're like, help, run. Big, stupid, ugly ogre. And that's sad. Makes you want to rethink how every bad guy feels. When the bad guy's just out there going on a rampage, when he really is just throwing the tantrum because no one wants to accept him for what he is. Just like how if you were an ugly person, you wouldn't even be able to make a conversation with the hot ones. In school, where you would be called Urkel because you put on glasses and you look weird. If you had braces, it's just a whole system of things. So, maybe my perception of what went down in this particular TV series is cringy, and you may not like it. It's not. I don't mind. All right, but that is my opinion. I loved Nimona. Nimona was pure beauty. And I'm not saying that just because a movie makes me cry, it deserves to be praised. But the material really resonates with me because I've felt that for a long time too. And maybe that part of me has been so numbed out that I've never felt it there until I watched this movie. So it really does make me feel that way too. Sometimes no one really understands the story of not fitting in, especially if you are on the other side of the wall. If you have that person who's got the friends, got the family, got the time, you're just like the straight A student or something, or you do no wrong, or you just have a bunch of people around you that support you wherever you go. It's not the same for everyone, but I'm sure glad that this helps to sing a song too. Now, I'm not gonna get into the whole gender roles thing and the fact that they were parading around LGBTQ rights and all this, but it's their right. I love the story nonetheless. I loved it very much. It was a great story, and I would love for part 2. So, thank you for everything. I don't know who I'm thanking right now. Okay, I guess I'm thanking the studios that made this masterpiece. In my opinion, okay? So don't go around saying, hey, Samster says it's a masterpiece, so it has to be a masterpiece. You watch it, come up with your own conclusions, and as I've told you before, if you've watched or if you've listened to this before watching it, you will forget everything you know. And then you will enjoy it as if you've never heard me talk before. Alright, cool. Now, run along. I must depart and go find myself something to eat for the evening. This is Young Titan, and you guys have a wonderful day. Young Titan out. Thanks for listening.